Look, you got in.
And you thought it wouldn't work yesterday?
Well, I shut it down last night, and then I shut it down again this morning. Maybe I'll just start shutting it down every day. And there was a little Zoom thing that came up when I was shutting it down. So maybe there was just an open one somewhere. Hi, boys. How are you? Can't hear you.
Fine.
Okay, thank you.
I'm doing fine.
Okay, good. Hi, Devin. Are you plugged in? Hi, Vaughn.
Good morning.
Hi, Jonathan. Do you have your earbuds in?
Yes.
Good job. Hi, Tyler.
Hi.
Hi, John.
Hey.
Hey, Claire.
Hey, Sherry.
Sorry, John, were you going to say something?
Oh, I went with Jordan to get her vaccine yesterday.
Yeah, and she
And,
called me.
She called you this morning.
Well, yesterday and this morning.
She doesn't feel good,
So-
she said this morning.
Very common after you get that vaccine.
Yeah.
So I understand that. Good morning, Eleanor. Unmute.
Good morning, Sherry.
Good morning. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning.
And good morning, Nathan.
Morning, Miss Sherry.
And Andrew. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so I have quite a lot today. I've got a whole lot of things behind this Zoom. So we'll see how it goes as I try to share, like, I don't know, I think I have 5 or 6 things up there. So did everyone get their paycheck?
Yes.
Yeah.
Paycheck, huh? I mean, wish it was real, but welcome to getting paychecks for those of you that haven't had a job yet. So today we're working on our finance stuff. So the bank signature card, did anyone have a problem with this one? That was just
No,
that
I got
was-
mine turned in.
Okay, Andrew, do you notice my notes on yours?
I have not taken a look yet.
Okay, so it was interesting you put joint, but that's totally an option. You didn't give me your last name. Maybe that was on a different form. I think it was this one. But whenever you're doing something, you know, financial and professional, make sure you don't just give your first name, but give your first and last name. Okay?
Okay.
And then let me see what all I have up. I'm gonna attempt to share. I think it'll work. All
Cross
right.
your fingers.
Yeah. I have them seriously crossed. Okay. So I got up here Nathan's paycheck, making paycheck deductions. Let's see. So let's just take a little look at this one. See, I got all kind of stuff up here. So let's see. What's this one? Okay, on this sorry about all that stuff in the background, but we'll get to it. Making paycheck cashing decisions. Has everyone gotten this turned in?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I did.
Yes, I do.
Good job. Okay, I did go through and grade everything last night, but there were a lot of things that got a little blurry. So one I noticed that I think, and some I marked wrong, some I think I didn't. But on number 1 with Andrew, with your paycheck there, Andrew, a lot of you said you should keep all the cash you think you'll need for the month. That's kind of a lot of cash to have around. And it's a good way to blow through it faster. So really the answer to this one should be, if you're only getting paid once a month, you should probably plan on going to the bank twice. Okay? Because if you just get that money and it's just in your wallet, for one thing, it's more that could get stolen or lost, right? But also the tendency to overspend because it's right there. So really, you should probably go 2 times a month. And then on the fund money, there was a bit of a debate too, and I didn't mark these wrong because I think you could go either way. You could pay all your monthly bills before you keep your fund money. That would be a right answer. Or you could make a budget to decide how much fund money you could afford, which that I think is the best answer. Does anyone disagree on that? It's all about budgeting your money, right? So it's like you're telling your money where to go rather than just blowing through it and just going, where did my money go? Okay? And for CLAD, I noticed that you picked the first of the month. But if you do an automatic withdrawal, you don't even have to think about it, right? You just know that on the first of the, that it's going to come out on that set day every month. You don't have to really remember. You're going to do it a day where you know you have money in your account, like payday or the day after payday, and you just set it and you don't have to think about it anymore. I mean, you do need to remember it's going to come out. Okay. So that was, oh, and on number 4, if you read the question, they're saying he often has, for Devin's paycheck, he often has $20 to $30 left after each paycheck. But instead of saving such a small amount that he should, he just spends it because it doesn't seem like that much. So it doesn't say that he has $60 extra at the first. What it says is he has $20 to $30 left each time. So an easier way, Devin, for you to budget your money there would be to put $30 each paycheck. Okay? Anyone have any questions, comments, disagreements with that? Silent. Woohoo! I guess that means everyone's getting it, or you're tired because it's Friday. I'm not sure.
Hard to say.
For me, it's
No. What did I do now?
you stop sharing.
But I just clicked it out and I didn't push stop share. So now it's okay if it says screen sharing is stopped as the shared window is closed. So I just click OK.
Mhm.
Yeah. I just don't want to lose any of you. I'm trying so hard to get this right.
Don't worry, Sherry.
All right. I'm going to click OK and I'm going to go back to share. I was just thinking there were so many things up there. It'd be nice to get rid of some of them. Okay. So we have a bank statement. You're checking. All right. So first we're going to go to the paycheck. Okay. And what I pulled up was Nathan's. Okay. I can make this big, right? I'm so scared of this thing now. Yes, Nathan.
Yes, I do have a question, but it involves the bank statement. I wasn't sure if we were supposed to do it by ourselves or if we were going to do it over together in class.
Well, it starts kind of with the paycheck, so I thought we'd all kind of go over it, and then you can do it on your own.
Okay.
So, oops, okay. So this pay period was between, wait a second, it's not letting me move this. Sorry, you're going to see that arrow go across the screen. All right. So if you look down here below, it's the number of days worked, which means the days you were in program. Okay. So if you're to start from the 1st of January, I believe that, well, the 1st was definitely a holiday, and it looks like the 2nd was a holiday. So it always look at your check and make sure they didn't mess up, because it would be your money they're messing up with. So make sure I'm not messing up, right? This is your money. So if you were, can somebody mute? I'm hearing some. Who's got that going on? Okay. So if you work 10 days in the pay period, and for program, we go 4 hours a day is what I count at $14 an hour. So that brings your gross up to $560, okay? And then I did all the deductions for you. So this, based on that amount, these are the amounts that would be taken out of your check. So your total deductions came to $149.32, and your net pay is $410.68. So the only ones that were different, Jordan missed last Friday, and today doesn't count because now we're in the new period, but it'll count next time. And then she was a couple hours late one day. So, and I think one other person had a couple hours somewhere, but other than that, all of your paychecks are the same because you were here every day, right? So good job. That's just for being here. That's your paycheck. All right. Any questions on the paycheck? Y'all understand it perfectly? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to push stop share and then go to another one just because. Hi again. So now let's move on. All right. So then we have your bank statement and your checking account. So let's start. I still might not have one sheet I want up here. Let's see. Okay, so I think that's this one I want now. All right, so when you get your check, not everyone does this anymore because a lot of people just put it into ATM. But if you're going to go in the bank to deposit your check, there's something called a deposit ticket. Okay, so how can I move you all some more? Oh, I don't think I can. Oh, I can try this other way. All right. Okay, so when you go in the bank with your paycheck, you are going to do a checking account deposit ticket. So you would just put that day's date. If you're getting cash back, they'll have you sign your name. If you're not, you don't have to do that part. Okay? So was your paycheck in cash or checks? Anybody? Go ahead, Nathan.
And checks.
Yes, so I didn't go over to your house and hand you cash, right? I sent you a paycheck. So under checks, you would write the dollars and the cents of your paycheck. Okay? So then down here you're going to copy that over unless you are putting in cash at the same time. If you were, then you would put your cash amount here and your check amount here. If you're just depositing your check, it's just checks. So then your total deposit will be the total. If it's just your check, that's it, but cash and checks if you do both. Then if you are withdrawing money, you're going to subtract the amount of money that you took out, and then you're going to have your net deposit. Okay? So every time you get a paycheck, I want you to complete one of these and send it my way. Okay? I put a couple on a page, and let's get through these. If anyone has suggestions as the best way to turn them in or something, I am open for that. Because some of these things I can't put deadline dates on because I've given you like several things, right? Just so you can keep working on that same sheet. All right. Any questions there? I have never seen a more quiet class.
I think we've got it today.
What, you think you got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then we have our bank. Hold on, let's see which one I want to pull up next. Deposit. We've got our bank statement. All right, so let's look at our bank statement. So now this one can get a little messy if you're not careful. I'm gonna try and leave it small so I can still see all of you. Oh, I guess I can't. There's more things. Okay, so this is for your paychecks as well as the checks that you write. Okay, this is how you keep track of what's going on in your account. Okay, so for a paycheck, you could just even write paycheck where it says name right here, and the date that you deposited it, and the amount that you deposited. Okay. The second half is for when you write checks to pay people. You write your check number, the date that you wrote the check, who you paid the money to, and how much the check is for. Okay? Then at the end of your month, or probably the end of the month, you would come down here and write your total deposits, which that would mean you would have 2 paychecks, right? And if you have side jobs or allowance or anything else that you're putting into the bank, you would add that into your total deposits. I just put these X's here because they wanted that just to be a big one. I didn't know how to make 2 into 1. So just right here where it says dollar signs, that's where you're going to put your total deposits. And then over here to the right, you're going to add up your total checks. Okay? And it doesn't really show you where you do the math. But you're going to take your deposits and you're going to subtract all the money you paid out. And that's going to give you your current balance. Any questions on that? Come on, guys. You totally have this, or you're totally confused, or you're Friday. Go
This is
ahead.
definitely a Friday.
Go ahead, Nathan.
Yes, my question's about the right side. Do we worry about that side?
Yeah.
not right now?
So far, you haven't paid any bills, right? And we're going to actually let you get 2 checks in here before we start paying bills, just so that you have a little bit of a buffer in your account.
Oh, okay.
So we won't work on this again. I want you to put in today's stuff from your paycheck, but then we won't touch this again until your next paycheck. Okay? And your pay periods are going to go the 1st through the 15th and the 16th through the end of the month. And sometimes they'll change, like next week we have that holiday, right? So you won't be paid for that holiday. So basically, if you're here all day on time, you're going to get 4 hours a day for the same rate of pay. But if you come in late or you don't show up to meetings, and Royce, I took that as totally my fault, that I was confusing on the schedule. So when you missed that class, I did not dock you, okay? I needed to be more clear. All right? Any more questions on that? Remember, I can't see all of you, so if you have your hand up, go ahead and shout out to me.
Just to let you know, Sherry, on my screen it said that Roy said left. I don't know why.
Okay. All right, well, we'll see how that part goes. Okay, so any questions on this? I thought it was going to take a long time with a lot of conversation. There's Royce.
That's weird.
Andrew said you looked like you left, Royce. Royce, are you with us today?
And then I am. It's just this Chromebook's not really working well.
He's using Chromebook.
Okay, do you have headphones or anything?
Yeah, it's oh,
What?
no. No.
Do you usually have something like that? No? Are you just in a different place today so you don't have your regular setup? Go ahead. Yvonne.
Royce? Royce, if you want to go ahead and log out of that.
I'm home.
Okay, Royce, if you want to go ahead and log out of your Chromebook and come back in on your phone, you can do that. Okay.
Why don't you text them?
All right.
Okay.
All right, good.
He got it. Okay.
Okay. So I think I probably shared everything on the screen. I'm going to open it up and close what we've already done. And anything left. Okay. So we went over his paycheck. We don't need that. The checking account. Did we do this? Hold on. Yeah, that was the bank statement. Sorry. I think that's all I had in there. Yeah. Well, that was super fast and no one asked anything. So what is it that you need to do since you've gotten your paycheck?
I just need to take a look at mine.
Go ahead, Nathan.
We fill out a deposit ticket.
Yes. Perfect. And what else do you do?
We put it into our bank statement, the left side.
Perfect. A round of applause. Nathan's on it today. Woo! Not that you're not usually, but you're the only one I'm here. Well, I'm hearing from Andrew a little, but mainly I'm hearing from Nathan. Devin, do you have any questions?
No.
You understand it really well?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Royce.
Hello.
That's better. All right. Good job. Did you have any questions, Joy?
Sorry about that. My Chrome's not really working that well.
Hey, I don't think anyone has more technology problems than yours truly. So,
Well, because like when I first started Chromebook, all I hear is buzzing from you and others, and it crashed on me once. So I'm not taking a chance again.
okay. All right. That sounds good.
And plus, it overheats quite fast.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Chromebooks. I'm not even a fan of this laptop at this point. I have friends going, you're trying to do all this stuff on a laptop. You need like monitors, and you need a docking pad. Maybe you need 2 monitors. I'm like, whoa, hold on. Maybe I do, you know. I mean, if I had 2 of them, I could be reading the papers and stuff on one and talking to you all on the other. But I don't know if I'm that fancy. But if we keep having problems, you know, I'll invest.
It's gonna get expensive real fast.
I know. I mean, even just this whole, you know, I never had a desk and all this before, but I am enjoying it. Go ahead, Ann.
I mean, if you had a flat screen TV that had a HDMI cable.
Yeah, but then I'll be sitting out in my living room.
Oh, never mind.
That's just too distracting, and, you know, backgrounds and all that. I love just having a solid, non-distracting background.
That's what blue looks like.
Yeah.
Over teal.
Yeah, it's a teal.
Yeah, that's a beautiful color.
Color of things in my house. It's my only wall that's this color, but
Very pretty. Very pretty.
That's actually my wife's favorite color as well.
it's chocolate, it's Caribbean, it's me.
Yeah, very, very pretty color. Very pretty color.
You're lucky I saw that color at least, but before it kind of looked like a really dark blue to me, since, you know.
No, I love it. It's just, it makes me happy. A lot of my pictures have these colors, and they got some curtains in these colors, different things. Anyway, just my taste. Okay, so I really didn't think we would get through all that this morning, and we're not even halfway through our class.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, except I thought I was prepared like crazy.
Ah.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Can I say something about the date for today?
Yeah.
10 days until my birthday.
Oh, goodness. You're one of those countdowners. I'm like that on vacations. Not my birthday. Getting to be this age, you really don't want to rush your birthday anymore. How old will you be, Andrew?
21.
All right. That's a big deal.
And no, if you guys are wondering, no, I'm not going to take any drinks.
Not going to take any drinks? Not going to gamble?
Nope.
Not even light alcohol?
No.
Good choice, Andrew.
Rebecca's already been through that experience.
Rebecca.
Lucky.
Oh, her. How'd she take it?
So let's not talk about others. That's called drama, right?
True.
So let's just ixnay that conversation right there. Nathan, I saw your hand up.
Yeah, it was just a comment toward the whole birthday thing. I'm just kind of like, I'm one of those people when it comes to birthdays. I mean, I'm just turning 22, but still.
Oh, it's all exciting when you're young, right? It's like, do you remember being a kid going, I can't wait till I'm 13.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait till I'm a teenager. And then, at least with me, I mean, I always get my license the minute of. I was like, come on, 16, I want my driver's license. I even had a car waiting for me at 16 when I. And then, of course, 18, you're an adult, right? So.
My aunt gave me my first car.
Nice.
A Mazda 626, 1987.
Ooh.
It's 26.
I think the Mazdas are like really rare to see.
Yeah.
The
Oh.
older
Yeah.
ones. The older ones.
I know Clad has a car waiting.
Oh, yeah, I definitely do. It's just sitting
Nice.
there.
I
Waiting.
wonder what car it is.
I'll just show you sometime, Andrew. Later.
Okay.
Aw, that's cool.
Yeah, my first one was a convertible. I was so excited. I was just like the coolest thing on the road in my you know?
Yeah, until it rains.
Then it rests.
Wow. Well, that works.
Soft top, so you pull up from the back and hook it. you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I did love it very, very much.
What kind of car was it, Sherry?
A Fiat Spider.
Ooh.
Those are
A
good
small
cars.
one? A small one?
Yeah, real small. But I wasn't as good as all you back then. I was, the rule breaking girl. It's supposed to seat, it's the tiniest back seat you'd think you could seat 2 in, so you can seat 4, but I would seat like 8.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
How's that possible?
In the back part, right? Sitting up on the back. Yeah, I wasn't the bestest of teenagers.
You were crazy, Sherry.
Crazy.
I think that was James Dean's car. Pretty sure. Spider.
For sure.
Right.
Enough about that stuff. Okay, so any other assignments you want to talk about? Okay.
Let's see.
For DMV this afternoon, do you have things we want to catch up on, or do you think you're all caught up?
Let's see. I
think I'm all
completed
caught
all
up.
3 of the tests. I'm good with that. So now let's see.
And if you all didn't look at things, I did grade most everything last night. Devin, did you look at yours?
Yeah.
Okay. So struggling a little bit in DMV, but that's why we're learning, right? So
Right.
don't- Go ahead, Nathan.
Yes, I do have a question about the deposit tickets. I don't think I received them in my email.
Did you look in your Google Classroom?
No. I usually go to email.
Okay, you should all be looking in your Google Classroom, especially, and it's not that I want to put things out the night before and pressure you to hurry up and get them printed. It's just I'm making this stuff up as we go. So as soon as I get them done, I post them. Yes, Nathan?
That was it.
Okay.
I'll
Andrew?
go look.
Do you mind if I get some lotion?
Andrew, I need you to start being prepared for class. Okay, and if that's something that you regularly need, then it should be beside you all the time.
Okay.
I'm not going to stop you from it because I know that bothers you. But guys, you can't go in a meeting and halfway through the meeting go, can I go get this? Can I go get that? Okay? So go ahead and grab it, but you need to be prepared. When you all have a meeting, right, you know you're going to be sitting here for an hour. So go to the restroom before your meeting, if possible, and be prepared.
Oh, I was so ready to sit down.
Ready to sit down? We'll sit down.
Well, I am already sitting down. What I mean is I was already ready to sit down.
Oh, yeah. You just need to be prepared, right? That's
Yeah.
one of those things is that day planner, so you know what it is you need to do and when you need to do it. And once you know what it is you need to do, just make sure you're prepared for it. Okay?
Yep. That's why I always make note of everything I need on my day planner. Not everything, but like just the general stuff.
Yeah, be organized. That's a really important skill to have, not only at work, but just in life, right? Because I have this pile of stuff sitting to my right, nothing to do with school, and I keep not having time. So I'm like, all right, Sherry, you got to do this stuff too, but I have it where I can't miss it, right? All right. So this afternoon, just briefly for DMV, are we going to work on DMV, or are we going to work on your presentations?
It depends if everyone else has things to do with DMV.
What's that?
That depends on if anyone else has any assignments to do with DMV, or if they're already done.
Take too long away from the other guys that aren't in there. But remember, we said we're going to do a makeup day on Friday. So be prepared for presentations. And if you have any kind of assignments you'd like help with, be prepared for those, because I'm just going to be here to help you today. All right. I'm not going to bring you an assignment. All right.
Got it.
Okay. So should we talk presentation? All right. Andrew says no. Yvonne says yes. Yvonne,
I say no.
do you like to talk about our presentations?
So the ones that are saying no, are you guys comfortable with what you're going to say already?
They just don't. I think they're being scared.
What do you mean?
Okay, the thing is about these presentations, you guys, is it's going to come up way quicker. You're going to wake up tomorrow and it's going to be, oh no, it's like tomorrow, right? Because listen, I want you guys to focus on writing it down exactly how you want to say it. That way, once it's written on paper, and I know that Sherry had passed out what you guys had said before, and then I sent a few of you guys some notes that John and I had made. And I want you to write it and be more specific on things that you want to say, because some of you just said professionalism. Well, what exactly about professionalism did you learn? Is it your manner of speech? Is it your clothing? Is it what? What did you learn? Be specific, because that's such a general term. And I'm just picking out that one, but there's a lot of general terms in the draft presentation speeches that I've seen. So we need to be a little bit more specific, because the thing is with this presentation is we're trying to make it sound like, wow, there's so much we can learn in this program, because it's your guys' speech that's going to want the other students, the incoming students, to come to our program. Because if we touch on every single thing that we learned since the beginning of the year, we're going to hit probably every student, because someone's going to say, oh my gosh, I want to learn D&B, or wow, I would really love to learn how to write professional emails. That sounds important. And because we've done actually a lot of different things. So really, I want you guys to get your speeches down pretty quickly, well, as quickly as you can, because we need to practice what you're going to say, so it comes off really smooth in the presentation.
And I would probably to me weekly, so that I can make suggestions as well. Eleanor, sit still, young lady. You're all over the place today. Sit in your chair. Be still. Be calm. Okay? Thank you very much. All right. So yeah, I think that I would like to see them at least weekly. So because I'm definitely going to have input. I promise you.
Yeah.
Good.
But when you talk about the things you've learned, which we mentioned yesterday, what did you do? What helped you learn it, right? What activities, what exercises, what assignments, what discussions, you know? Go ahead, Nathan.
I was wondering, what was my question? Oh, yes. Do we know what topics we're doing?
Well, you wrote down things that I sent out, right? And that was just your first rough drafts. And you know, when you first start writing, just write like crazy. Okay, don't worry about the format. Don't worry if it's too much. I mean, write everything that comes to your head. And then we also, we can make that smaller. And we can also look at what other people are already saying, so that we don't have a lot of repetition. But write down anything you think that you've learned or you think has been important. Okay? So you just start with a scribble, basically, right? It's just getting all your thoughts on paper, and then that's when you can start to really formulate your plan. Okay?
What didn't I say professionalism and how to be a good coworker?
Something like that. I can find
I
it.
don't have that printed out right here.
I can find it in a second.
And you know, there's a lot of soft skills you learn besides just being a team player or a coworker. But all those things, those soft skills, are the grooming, the being on time, the being a coworker, the appropriate. Well, we haven't even worked enough yet on our appropriate small talk and all that. That's like our next unit on how to actually keep the job. Right? So we'll work on the resumes and all that for how to get the job, but we're also going to work a lot on what it takes to keep a job. In fact, when I was in that teacher meeting last week, one teacher said, well, this guy doesn't need to go to search. He gets jobs all the time. He just can't keep them. I'm like, well, that's a big part of what we do. Right? I mean, you don't want to just go get jobs all the time and lose them. We want to help you keep the job. Go ahead, Yvonne.
Yeah, that doesn't look good if you lose your jobs. That does not look good for, you know, because if they call your former employer to get a reference, and they say, well, you know what, they took an hour for their 30-minute lunch, or they're going to ask questions about your work performance. I'm not sure how detailed legally they can go, but I do know that a legal question that they ask is, would you hire them again? And if they say no, that says volumes.
It does. I was just giving that same answer.
Yeah.
So, but those are things we'll come up to, because right now we're, buried. But it does seem like you're all understanding the paycheck stuff well. I'm happy to hear that. So that might not take as much as we thought it would take. But the sooner we get all of this presentation stuff down, the sooner we can move on. And you also want to practice a lot before, right? And before your speech is finalized, you can't really practice on it. You don't want to finish it, Nathan. You don't want to finish it like 2 days before the presentation, okay? Because then you're not going to have enough time to practice and feel confident, all right? Because I'm really hoping to have no frozen scenes, right? I mean, we can't help it if Zoom does it, but, the deer in the headlights. I'm hoping you're all actually going to be able to say what it is that you've been preparing to say. Nathan looks a little nervous. Nathan, I know you're going to rock it. And I know that Royce is an excellent speaker. Royce, we just have to keep you kind of on task, right? Because you kind of like to start talking about all kinds of things. Royce gets really comfortable presenting. And he always thought he would not, but he's an excellent presenter, but he's kind of really off the cuff guy. And Clad, I'm worried you might be a little bit off the cuff guy too. So we want to kind of figure out what we want to say and stick to our scripts. Okay, but you can put almost anything in there, but let's just keep to what it is. All right?
Okay.
All right, then.
This time I'll stay on script.
It's hard, and I love it. You two are just kind of natural-born speakers. You really are. So you've got that gift, but now it's just kind of reining it in a little bit, right? But you're very good at it. And Jonathan, I'm going to want you to practice. So we also have those extra lines. We talked about some in the beginning. Yesterday we tried in DMV to see if everyone could say, welcome to Project Search at the same time, and that wasn't very smooth yesterday, but why don't we try that a couple times right now? And I can be here, right? I can do the 1, 2, 3, and you can all just look for it, because that'll be our very first thing. And as soon as you see my 3, it's gonna be, what are you gonna say?
Welcome to Project Search.
Welcome to Project Search.
So let's see if we can do this at the same time, all right?
Okay.
Welcome
Welcome
Project
Search.
Definitely need some practice. Devin, you look frozen.
It's not gonna be perfect.
It's not even perfect. The more we practice, the closer we can get.
It's
right?
harder in a Zoom meeting.
That too.
We're not to be presenting in a Zoom meeting though, right? This is what we have. This is our platform this year, right?
Yeah.
I'm scared probably more than anyone. I'm afraid people won't be able to get into the Zoom. But I'm going to continue doing what I did last night and this morning, and hopefully that will help. That way it's just on and everyone can just come in. But I'm scared that I could ruin the whole thing by not being able to get people in my Zoom. Go ahead, Anshu.
I mean, if you want me to, I can always help you.
Well, we'll see how that goes, but I'm going to keep practicing these things. And right now, and I appreciate your help, but right now, Andrew, I need your speech, right? I need all of your speeches before we can actually even worry about, well, trust me, I'll worry about it anyway, before we can really worry about getting everyone into the meeting, okay?
Ow.
So with your rough drafts, I don't even care if you're writing it on paper and you want to send me a picture on the phone of what you've written, whatever it takes, because I would like to definitely be a part of this. Okay, so I know you're mainly going to be working with Yvonne and John, but I do want you to work with me too. Go ahead, Nathan.
Yeah, no. What I usually do, especially with speeches like this, what I do usually is that I'll put it on paper, but at the same time I'll also do it on Google Docs, so then that way it's easier for the teacher or whoever I'm turning it into. It's easier to see it. But I also will write it down on paper, so then that way I have an idea of what I'm going to say.
Yeah, and ultimately we like to end up on index cards. Okay, I don't know how many of you have index cards. I mean, if I was in class, I'd be handing you the cards, but sometimes it's a lot easier. For one thing, you're not crinkling a big piece of paper. And if there's too much writing on a page, you could lose track, right? And like I've always told you, when you're reading, if you're taking a pause, make sure your finger's stopping where you stopped, right? Because if not, then you got all these words like, all right, where was I? And that can make you have more anxiety when you're giving a presentation.
Correct.
So even if you have a couple of index cards, you can't lose your place as much because you can only put so much on an index card. Okay? Eleanor, sit still. Are you with us? Eleanor.
Yes. Sorry, I am.
Sit still. You've got the wiggles today. Are you feeling wiggly?
No, I'm just sitting up.
Okay. All right. Anything else on the presentations? I mean, it seems like a lot of you are nervous and don't know what you're doing yet. I see no hands.
A little bit.
Go ahead, Nathan.
But yeah, no, didn't I also, like, I'm kind of thinking about what I did for the when you wrote down for the speeches, because I was actually going to start working on that today. And I was going to talk to John with John about it a little bit when we go into our one-on-one meeting.
Okay, you also have, so you know you have most of your budgeting assignments that were due today,
Yes.
right? And then something else just went out of my head that I was thinking of. Oh, your self-assessments.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's Friday.
Yes.
And Clab, were you wanting to say something before I called on Nathan?
No, I didn't. I was just saying, oh, yeah, I'm a little scared too. The presentation.
Tell us makes us stronger.
It's mostly Zoom that scares me.
Yeah, I'm with you. But I do think you're going to get a lot more out of this, so I'm willing to take the risk. I mean, if you just record it in class, I mean, you're used to all of us, and yeah, it would probably be more exact how you wanted it, but
Yeah.
how much new are you learning from that? Because we sit here and talk all the time, right?
I guess that's fair.
So, any other points to talk about?
No.
Nathan, go ahead. Don't be afraid to ask me questions.
Okay. Because, like, I don't know, like, it was weird because I was sitting there after the discussion after school, and then, like, this professionalism speech just came rushing my head. I was just like, that sounds good.
When you get a thought like that, write it down. Okay? And then you can come back and you can have a lot of different notes, and then you can pick out like what you think is the most important of what you've had to say. And then we, of course, will work with you going, okay, well, so-and-so said that, and so-and-so, you know. Yeah, and the more often you send them, the less often we'll have to make more major changes, right? Because we can see what direction you're going. Okay?
Okay. Because I'm still trying to think about what did I say that one time, because I know it's professionalism. And yes, Miss Yvonne?
Okay, so Nathan, you said public speaking, how to understand paychecks, and write personal checks.
Okay.
But add your professionalism. I mean, we're going to get it down to where it's probably about a half a minute. But if someone has so much good stuff to say that it takes like 40, 45 seconds, good. But nothing will last over a minute. Okay?
Okay.
So before we go, I'm going to need to hear something from Devin and Sam and Tyler and Jonathan and Royce. Something related to our assignments, to the speech, to something. Okay?
Um,
Go ahead, Devin.
okay, okay. I think I'm a little bit nervous about the presentation, but I think it'll be okay.
Okay, yeah, and the more you practice and practice with us, right?
Right.
Use your team to practice. Don't just try to keep it all just to yourself and feel scared. You know, you can come in at any class and say, all right, so I've got these notes written down and I want to run them by the class, right? We're
Right.
here to help you. Also, you work with your one-on-ones, but we're a team, okay? You can say anything in front of us and we're not going to laugh at you. We're going to listen and we're going to help give you positive feedback. Okay? We're here for you. We can help pump you up. Okay? Good job,
Okay.
Deb. So
Thank you.
I still have other people I'm waiting to hear from before we can end this meeting this morning.
I haven't written anything down for the speech yet, but what kind of things should I write down for it, and like what format?
Well, and Tyler, you already had, we had ideas from you, right?
Yeah.
I was debating on the ones that, well, we said this, the ones that, give me just a second, Sam, and I'll come to you, okay? Thank you for raising your hand. We talked about, if you want to talk about what you've learned this year for our returning guys, for Royce and Tyler and Jordan, right? Something about what you've learned this year, but you're also the only ones that can give any inside to the hospital, okay? So think of some things you want to say there. And maybe it's not even just your department. Maybe it's the people you worked with, or it's the interviews you had, or it was, you know, getting to know how to work with management or anything like that. But Tyler, Royce, and Jordan are the only ones that can give us a little of that. I don't want you just to stick with that because that was last year, and I'm very hopeful that you feel like you've learned something this year.
Okay.
Okay. So far as the format, I don't care. I don't care about that at all. Do we care about that, Yvonne and John? It's not like a turned in paper that has to be written a certain way.
Right.
Well, I'm guessing it'd be like kind of like last year where we put it on like an index card.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. It's a good way to not have too much stuff in front of you to overwhelm you.
I say, I mean, whatever makes it easier for them, right? I mean, I know do you want them to memorize what they have, or is it okay if it's written down for them?
I want you to practice like crazy. Yeah, and we'll do a lot of practicing here. The more you memorize it,
Yeah.
the better it's going to be, but you are allowed to have notes as well.
For me, I mean, sometimes I freeze. You know, if you freeze up, then you have it there with you. So maybe for backup. You know?
Oh, yeah. Do not go in without notes.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, we had Sam's hand up.
Since I'm working on my presentation on the Google Docs, do you want me to share it with you?
Yes, I would like you all to share with me. Every time you make additions, please just share with me. Okay? I really want to be involved in this process and not just want to see what you have to say on the day that you say it. Okay? So I'm still waiting on Jonathan and Royce.
Yeah, I mean, presentations will be hard for me since it's been a long time since I've ever done it. And I guess ideas pop up sometimes, but I'll just do my best.
Okay, just make sure you keep sharing. Keep working on it with staff. I'm not assigning a lot more things right now because I really want you to focus on the presentations. Right? D&B, you're going to get a little more than that, but mainly that's our focus. Do we have other things we need to turn in right now? I mean, I still plan on working on financial stuff on Fridays, but I can keep it a little bit small just until we get this down. Oh, I also want to say thank you to Nathan for sending me the correct interview questions that I was trying to find. It was not the ones we just did. I knew it was not one that said if a guest was mad or something. So Nathan did send those, but you sent them with your answers. If not, I would probably share that with everybody. But I can, if I can't find it, I can retype it. But we're, like we said, back burner, right? It's about presentation right now. Okay?
So, Sherry, can you send those to me with his answers so I can just have them and I can take those out on another paper?
Send.
And then I can send them to you too, John.
Well, if you're going to do
Thank
that,
you.
to everybody.
What's that?
If you're going to do that, you can send them to everyone. I just don't want people to get confused right now with more stuff coming
Okay.
in.
Okay.
Presentation.
Okay.
Questions. Move on. Okay. All right, so we're still waiting on Jonathan before we can dismiss our class. So Jonathan, I need you to ask a question about presentations. Sorry, Tony's putting away dishes loud.
Hi.
I can't even hear it.
Oh, good, okay.
Jonathan and I worked on his lines. Maybe Jonathan should get his notebook out.
Jonathan, get your notebook and read to us what you've written so far.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
He's got to go get it. I really tried to hammer those lines into his mind. We went over them probably like 20 times, like over and over and over and over again. So.
Yeah, and then the other thing we have to do is just help Stefan with his IEP, but he had a doctor's appointment today, so, and both him and Jordan are not going to have had help with the things we looked at this morning.
Sherry, can you send me a copy of the IEP, the script? Maybe. I'm not sure. I just want to make sure I have it.
Okay. All right, Jonathan, you're up. You can do this. This is your team.
Hi. Yeah.
Jonathan, are you going to hold up the words so we can see it?
Oh, the word. Oh, never mind.
You got to turn it around and hold it up to the camera.
Ah, like that.
Be more social, to ask for help, and something skills. What's the bottom one?
Learn job skills.
All right, so tell us about it, Jonathan. So you're going to say, hi, my name's Jonathan, or good morning, my name's Jonathan, or something like that, okay?
Okay.
Come on, Jonathan.
Hi now.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning. Never mind. My name is Jonathan.
I have learned how Come on, Jonathan, we can't do this, okay? Halfway through the year, it's 3 lines. I need you to say them.
To.
Oh yeah, to be word.
To be
All right, Jonathan, we're gonna let you guys practice on it some more, okay?
Okay.
But I need words from you. And when you actually do the presentation, you won't be able to hold up the notebook like that because then we can't see your smiling face. Right? We can't see the cool hairdo if you hold it in front of you, right?
Right.
Show that off.
Yeah, that's a nice haircut.
So that's all right, Jonathan. We'll do it. We'll do it another time. You can work with John some more, but we've got to start getting you talking on here. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Anybody have any parting words?
Good job, everyone. This was the quietest class I've ever had.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, what happened here?
I don't know. Like, guess we're all just know what to do now.
Well,
We don't really-
awesome. If that's the case, that's really fantastic to hear. Okay?
I could hear the crickets outside.
So can I.
Go ahead, Nathan.
Yeah, I was gonna say partially for reason why I was quiet was because I was working on what I've been working on all year with disrupting and talking too much and accidentally starting a project search party. But also just more of the nervousy, but trying to think about what am I gonna say in the speech for the presentation also.
Well, and you had excellent questions. So I don't think you were that quiet. You were not off task at all, but you did have a lot of good questions. So awesome. Andrew, are we losing you today? You look very tired.
I am tired.
I gotta say, with DMV, you're ready. So far, you're ready. I mean, you've got 100% on everything. You got your DMV, and we'll keep going. But I think you could pass at least the written probably your first time. So that's impressive. Good job. I know it's because
Right.
you and Tyler study together, and you can see that studying pays off big time. Okay?
Or does it? Okay.
What's that, Andrew?
I said, or does it help to study?
Oh, it absolutely helps to study. You can tell that the two of you have definitely spent time, probably together, helping each other on DMV questions, and it really shows. So good job. Glad you got that pretty well too. You missed like a couple, but I mean, Andrew's every single one of them I get, there's not a question wrong. But glad you're doing real well with that too.
Thank you. I'm trying my best to actually try and answer the questions instead of just looking them up online and just hoping they're right, and then just I'm not really learning much if I get them right. If I get everything right, anyways, it's not fun.
Well, yeah, and we don't. If you just, I mean, it's okay to research things. It helps put it in your head. But when you're
Yeah, it
taking
is.
tests and stuff, really try to do it on your own because it's better to miss them. Because when you go in to take the test, you won't be able to look things up then, right? So do your research now. But when you go in, it's got to be up here.
That's
And of
what I
course,
plan on doing.
if things are as easy as that science test was yesterday, it'll be no problem for anybody.
That DMV test yesterday was way too easy.
Yeah, it was way too easy. We'll work on that. Okay, so I hope you all have a very productive day today. I'll see most of you in the afternoon. Enjoy your 3-day weekend. And see you back on Tuesday.
All right. See you then, Sherry.
Okay.
Remember,
See you later.
Bye.
Yvonne, I'll see you in 10
Bye.
Okay.
I will see you.
See you, John.
See you.
Bye.
Hey, Sherry.
Hi. How you
Hello,
doing?
Sherry.
Long time no see. Hey, Miss Eleanor,
Yes.
you should be in Yvonne's class right now.
Okay.
Unless you decided you want to drive a car.
Sorry.
That's okay. So go to Yvonne's class, okay? Quick. All right. We got yes, Nathan.
I'm actually kind of excited for my speech now. I don't know why, because like I was just sitting there, I'm still like super nervous and stuff, but like one of the things that I learned about myself is that like I don't like public speaking, but some of the material I come up with is just impressive.
Give yourself a pat on the back there. Good job.
Like I'm kind
Well,
of
Nathan, you're a good talker.
like, I'm kind of excited to share it with you and John.
Good. Well, you can share it with all of us. It seems like besides Jordan, we're missing one person. Are we?
Seems like it, yeah.
No, we had
Well-
7, and without Jordan, that would make 6. And I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who are we missing?
On my screen, everyone's here.
Oh no, that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're all here. Okay. Now,
It's just Jordan.
are you ready to share that?
My speech.
Yeah, what you have so far. Remember, we can do this as a team and independent and one-on-one. We can do it all.
All right. Is it okay if I turn my camera off though, because it's on the computer?
Sure.
Okay. So, so far what I got was good morning. Good morning. My name is Nathan, and today I'll be sharing what I have learned in Project Search. The first thing I learned is how to write checks and personal checks. It is an important skill because it is part of the oh my goodness. I used
That's all right. This is rough draft, right? This is just writing. You just go on ahead.
it's part of your everyday life, but it is also important skill to have so you all always know to put money in how to put money in your savings account, and it can play a big role in your independent adult life. That one was a little rough.
It's all right. It sounded good though.
Okay.
Sounded good, yeah.
Yeah, I can help take out like extra words and things like that. We can do that later.
Okay. The second thing I learned is public speaking. Public speaking is a skill that is in everyday life. For example, self-advocacy. What it means is speaking up for yourself and asking for help when you need it. Another is that you can change the world and U.S. history with public speaking. For example, the I Have a Dream speech by Martin Luther King Jr.
Oh, and how
It is also a good and important skill to have because, and that's what I ended with.
Great job. You do an excellent job.
Yeah, the check one was a little rough, and that one was the one I was worried about because it's not the one I'm like as much passionate about as in professionalism and public speaking, but like that one's like more of the rattle in my head, like when I'm trying to figure out a little more of.
Well, you're doing an awesome job. Very proud. Anybody else ready to share what they have so far? Let's turn those mm-ms to mm-ms.
I'll give a crack at it.
All right. Let me see. I want to go to what you said last time, Plaid.
Although I've greatly expanded what I've got before.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm just going to take some notes. So if I'm looking down, I'm just writing notes, okay?
All right. Actually, hang on a second. Oh.
I can see Nathan's mind working. He's thinking about more stuff.
Actually, I might not be ready.
That's okay. Rough drafting.
No, that's what I mean. Let me see.
Go ahead, Nathan. You had a question?
Yes, I was wondering, would it be okay if we switched out one of our materials for another?
Sure. What are you thinking of? Or you could even add two.
Okay, because I was kind of thinking about taking checks out. Maybe, I don't know, because like that one was the one that I was worried about because I mean I did learn a lot about checks, but for some reason I'm having a hard time with like examples and like just trying to put it in a sentence.
And we can help you with that. That's what we're here for.
Okay.
Right? But I am surprised you didn't talk about mobility because I had a few of you that I thought that was a big deal for this year. I thought it was a big deal for you and for Devin and Stefan and Jonathan. I think those are the ones that were most moved by that. You know, because Andrew, I mean, he picked it up real quick.
Hannah,
Brad didn't even actually need the training, but I mean, I know when Tyler came in the beginning, huh, Tyler? That was a big deal for you.
Yeah.
I think your world just opened wide up after that.
Start moving all around.
We're almost ready, but I see two more hands. Go ahead, Nathan.
Yes, I was gonna say that for me, it was like a big deal, but for some reason I felt like professionalism and public speaking was more, not necessarily because like transportation wise it wasn't like a big deal, but I felt like professionalism and public speaking are like more important, and you'll see why when I'm actually done with the speech.
And your professionalism, you could add to that so many ways.
Yes.
Right? Professionalism there's a lot to it, right? It's almost all the soft skills that we learned in the beginning is professionalism. Go ahead, Andrew.
What were you saying about me?
Oh, that mobility was really easy for you to pick up, and that you had Tyler, and so I don't think that was like as life changing for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I mean, that was kind of funny how I completely surprised you. Like, wait, what?
You learned it. You picked it up really quick. Yeah.
I told you I can remember routes pretty well.
You're really good at that. Yeah, yours are more working on that professionalism stuff, right? I mean, you're excellent at your homework. You're excellent at DMV. You're excellent at riding the bus. Yours is kind of more of a maturity thing, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so go ahead, Nathan. I'm going to let Thad have his turn.
Okay, because I was going to ask, what were some of the topics that you would like us to speak on that nobody took yet?
Well, let's hear what anyone else has to say, and then we can talk more about that, okay? And I can probably give you a better breakdown on Tuesday, because I can really detail it out and give you some things that you can just choose. And then there are also some of those things like just introducing Project Search, right? Not just the good morning, but the things talking about what the program is, and at the end talking about a few other things. All right, so Clad, go ahead.
Wait, I didn't raise my hand though.
We were waiting for you. Come on, yeah.
Oh, right. Actually, I have a question.
Okay.
For John. John, can you send me the rough draft?
Yeah, I knew you were gonna ask me that because I have it right here.
Yeah, can you send that to me? You never sent that to me.
I was actually trying to send it to you right now. But I don't know why your email's not popping up. Tell me your email real quick, because it's not.
Are you trying to send it to my school email or my personal one?
Let's send it to your personal one.
Okay. It is josephjabara.ky@gmail.com.
That is one long email.
It's my first one.
So your last name is Y
B A R R A.
Okay. Just want to make sure I got it right.
You sure anyone?
Joseph Yabara at Gmail.
No, it's josephjabara.ky@gmail.
Okay. I'm glad I'm asking you.
So, are you saying, Clad, you don't have anything to read from right now?
Not currently.
Okay.
But I did. But me and John worked on material earlier today.
We did, yeah.
Good. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna send this.
Like I was trying to say, Sherry.
What's that, Andrew?
You know, to do 2 R's in sign language, R, then just cross it.
Yeah, I had that wrong. I was doing a in. Yeah. Keep on task, Andrew. You're Friday afternoon. I want to give you that 3-day weekend 3. Okay.
I know. I mean.
Okay.
The morning, like early in the morning, is kind of hard for me to wake up. But anyway.
Okay. Who's ready to share what they have written so far? It's only a matter of me pointing to people. I was giving you a chance to raise your hands first, though. And I haven't expected anything to be complete, but you've all got to have something down on paper, right? Isn't that true?
I don't know you're gonna do that.
Keep pointing stuff out to me, so. You'll all get picked on though before we're done. Go ahead, Nancy.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, bear with me. My mom's in another meeting, so I'm gonna.
Do you have something pulled up or on paper?
No.
You haven't written one word yet?
That is, I looked at the, Yvonne sent me a, link for Google Docs today, and so I didn't get a chance to open it yet.
How have you been talking about this so far? Does anyone not have a word?
I have something.
Okay, Clad, let's do it.
All right, here it is. My name is Clad, and I'm a first-year student at Project Search. I like to try my hardest in a real work environment. I have a good work attitude, and I am motivated. I feel like I can accomplish anything that may be in my path. It is important to be thorough and efficient whenever you can. In Project Search, I learned how to write professional emails. And if a program is too big, I can rely on my coworkers for assistance.
Okay, very good. We'll want to add a little more though.
Yeah, yeah, we just started today. We're gonna work more on it.
That's awesome. Very good. Very good. Devin up there in that quiet corner. What do you have to do with us?
Okay. Hi, my name is Devin Burns. This school year I have learned about self-advocacy by learning more about my disability. I learned how to communicate by asking for help if I'm struggling. And I also learned the importance of eye contact during conversations.
Is that where you are so far?
Yeah,
Good job. Good job.
thank you.
Go ahead, Nathan.
Yes, I do have a question about mine, and my question was, is there any repetitiveness anywhere in my speech so far?
A little bit. I noticed at the beginning there was quite a few eyes, where maybe some of those things could be combined a little bit, but we can totally work on that. Remember what I'm telling you. Right now, you're not working on your finale, right? You're getting your thoughts down, and it doesn't have to be neat and tidy. Your thoughts down, right?
Yeah, because like I was actually kind of thinking about switching things up a bit. Like I might either get rid of the check one, or I might add something, keep the check one, and add something, a topic that you want us to speak about on.
Okay, and right now you're working on checks, but financial literacy isn't just checks, right? Even the banking part isn't just checks, right? Because you're going to learn how to pay your bills, you're going to learn how to budget. There's a lot more pieces to it than the banking part that we're working on right now. Okay, so there will be more on the financial literacy, and that's why I like to call it that and not just budgeting, because really banking isn't even exactly budgeting, right? It's kind of all part of a bigger picture. That's okay. We're good. And Nathan, you'll know more about the financial unit before we get there too. And
Right.
and it won't be too late to add a new thing you learned. Okay. All right, Tyler. Oh, go ahead, Nathan.
Yes, I was gonna ask, is it okay if I just focus on public speaking and professionalism right now? Like speaking right now, and then I'll decide whether or not I will get rid of the check or keep it later.
Well, and once we get all of your rough drafts written, we'll look at where there's the repetition and what areas we're missing. And then even when you've got it all written out, there's probably going to be some changes, right? Because we'll have to get them all together, and I'll have to see them all on paper so that I can help. If you just read me one at a time and everyone reads me one, I'm not going to be able to get it all in my head. But if I get it on paper, like I'm asking you all to get it on paper, then I can really look at it and go, okay, well, we heard about that 3 times and nobody said anything about this. And so we'll still adjust. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Tyler, what have you got so far?
Okay, I have it on Google Docs, so I'll read it out right now.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Tyler Platts. I am a second-year student at Project Search. My last year, I was able to do 2 internships at the Kaiser Morse Hospital. Usually, if there's no pandemic, I would have been able to do 3 internships. My first internship was in food service department. I should have put the food service department, but in this department, I stocked products, wiped down counters and tables, mopped the floor, and sometimes I would do dishes and use the commercial dishwasher. And that's all I have so far, but I'm still working on it.
Okay, good. And just, so yes, I want you to cover some of your last years like you're doing, but I'm really hoping you'll have something, 1 or 2 things new that you learned this year. So you can start with your last year, I did this, this, and this year I have, right? Like you can say you passed your behind the wheel, or not behind the wheel, but you passed your written DMV test, and as soon as you're allowed to do behind the wheel again, right? We've already done all your training for behind the wheel, right? Including driving on the freeway. I mean, a lot of our students, before they come here, they're like, whoa, that really happened, right? And now you get to say, look, we can get our driver's license, right? We can do these things. So no one else can really talk about that but you right now, right?
Yeah.
So I would take that as a proud ownership thing for myself, knowing that no one else is going to talk about it, right? Because no one else can, because no one's gotten as far as you have yet.
Okay.
Okay? But that's just one thing. Hey, Jonathan. Hi, Jonathan. Hi, Jonathan. You have your headphones? Jonathan, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Don't ignore me, okay? I want some words out of your mouth this afternoon. So please tell me what you have written. And don't just sit there in silence.
Okay.
Thank you. These guys are your teammates, all right?
Right.
So just read what you have to say, and I'm sure you'll get nothing but support if you actually say it. Okay?
Okay.
Hi, my name is Jonathan. You know how to say that, right? Are you frozen? Is he frozen?
Hi, my name is John.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, I heard him.
Right.
Go ahead, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Jonathan.
Hi. My name is Jonathan. Where can I search?
Okay.
I know.
And if you want, Jonathan, I can even be the person that says, okay, Jonathan, so what have you learned this year? If that helps you to get words out, I can do that. You can decide if you want me to help you with that. What? Sounds like you might be helping. It really looks like you're freezing. We had this problem with Jonathan earlier in the year, and then it went away. What was? Go ahead. I learned.
Wait, I learned to indicate.
John, you want to help me do it? And if I could get a copy, I would be able to be more helpful on this side.
Sure. Jonathan, you just say your
Yeah.
name. My name is Jonathan.
My name is Jonathan.
I'm learning
I'm learning.
to be
To be
more
yeah, more
We're gonna have to have more to word it. We can't-
social.
yeah, more social.
I want that part all together. Before we go on, Jonathan, I want that part all together. Hi, my name is Jonathan. I am learning to be more
Hi,
social.
my name.
Give me that all together from the top.
Okay. Hi, my name is Jonathan. I'll be more social.
I'm learning to be more social. Good.
Learning.
Yeah.
Learning to be more social.
And then, John, what came next?
Let me go pull it up real quick.
And how to ask for help when I need it, I think it was.
Yeah, something like that. Or here I got it.
Ask for help.
To ask for help when needed. And,
Yeah. And job skills.
woo! That was
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Good job, Jonathan. We're going to keep practicing, but that was much better than this morning. Okay? Anybody?
Yeah, it was to be more social, ask for help, and learn job skills. Yep.
Yeah, he got through the whole thing. It took bits and pieces. But yeah, John, even when we coach him, I want us to coach more than a word because he's going to wait and wait. So if we can give him like this thing and then where he's going to sit there and wait for you to give him every word. Right, Jonathan? He'll
Right.
part. I think you did well. All right. Anyone have anything else they'd like to talk about the presentation? We can talk about a couple of these first sentences. Now, if you're the one that says you'll do these sentences, you know, if we change it more to your words to get the same point across, that's fine. This is just me writing down basically what I want you to get across, okay? So let's try our one more time. Well, let's try two more times together of the 1, 2, 3, welcome to Project Search, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome to
Welcome to
Project Search.
Oh, can we do it again? I was muted.
Yep, you ready?
Welcome to
Welcome to Project Search.
That was better. You know, even if we don't get it just right, what do you all think about that? You think it's good? I mean, you think it's a good idea, even if they're not all in sync? Because we do have to welcome them in some way before we start the presentation, right? So do people like that, or do you have a different suggestion?
I like it.
Okay. So we'll keep practicing our 1, 2, 3. Andrew is like, he's lips.
I just tried to be quiet.
I know you are. I know that's hard for you.
But yeah, I know. It's like making me laugh. It's like, oh.
All right. So this one, again, if you want to say it a little bit different, but I'm going to need someone to say this. I'm actually thinking I'm not going to say anything until the questions at the end, unless I need to go in and help somebody, like if Jonathan needs help or something. Okay, so this is a slide that's up for grabs. If you are not a presenter, we ask that you please mute yourselves. We will be able to answer any questions you may have after the presentation. Anybody biting on that one? Someone's gonna have to say them. I pretty much guarantee you're gonna have your personal slide and probably one more. Okay, so we can go through them and you can claim them as we go, but you know, you don't know what else is coming, right? I don't have all of them yet. All right, so that's one of them. No takers yet?
We could do it in a computer voice.
No.
I know.
That's professional. All right, so the next one I'm gonna ask someone to say is Project Search is a program for young adults with disabilities whose primary goals are employment and to live as independent lives as possible. That's my tagline for Project Search. What do y'all think?
and I get straight to the point, and it works well.
Are you taking it, Clad?
What do you mean by taking it?
Is that going to be one of yours?
Oh no,
No? He has his hand up.
I decline.
You're all going to get one, though, one extra. Pretty much. Go ahead, Nathan.
I'll go ahead and take it if Clad doesn't want to have it.
Okay. So, this one's going to be Nathan. Jonathan, I'm not going to make you do a second one, okay? If you can just get your first one, we'll be good. And I'm also a little worried about the ones that don't have real good reception, okay? So that's why I'm looking at all of you kind of hard. Okay, so the next one that someone's going to need to say, like I said, you can change the words up as long as we get the point across, is during a non-pandemic year, interns work in a variety of departments at Kaiser Hospital learning essential employment skills. And that may be a good one for Tyler because he knows that. What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah.
That work for you? I can put your name down?
Okay, that works.
Because all these new guys, they've heard of it, right? But they haven't got to go in there.
Mm-mm.
So we're going to put Tyler down for that one. I am so helpful, by the way, that we will get an internship out. A spring internship, my fingers are so crossed for. Okay?
Yeah, me too.
I can't promise anything with this pandemic, but as people start getting the immunizations, and that's pretty talented, Andrew. Okay. All right, so we have another one. Although we haven't been able to work in the hospital this year, we have still learned many new skills. Devin?
I'll take that line.
Way to speak right up there. Good job. Okay. And then it just goes right into all of your speeches. That's all the introductions. Except no one took the mute yourselves.
Oh, I will take it.
Oh, and Andrew said it too. So which one do you want me to? You want me to have a number behind my back or something?
I mean, I don't even have one to begin with.
What'd you say, Clad?
I don't even have one. I don't even have a line.
Yeah, right. And Andrew doesn't yet either. Andrew, I really think doing a first slide like that, you're going to freeze. You know how when you start to say something, you're like, oh, I'm not ready yet. Can you come back to me? Or and right at the beginning before you see the other students doing it for a moment. Just a thought. That's just my observation. Yes, Nathan?
I mean, not trying to compare anyone, but I feel like it sounds like a Clad thing.
Can we not make that a verb?
Clad thing? That's funny. Andrew, do you agree or disagree with that?
Yeah, I can agree with you actually. So.
Yeah, I mean, you get more comfortable after we are going a little bit. Where Clad will, I'm sure he'll do this thing, but then he'll just.
Oh, I don't actually do that to help. I just do that on purpose.
So I can write you down for that one, Clad?
You may.
Thank you. Awesome. Do you think there's anything else we should be saying before you all speak? I mean, we used to say a lot, and it got pretty long and boring, right?
What did you guys used to say?
Oh, we had all kind of things, talking about how when Project Search was established and what year and who did.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. But at the same time, I don't remember that because I was there.
I took out a lot of it, particularly since we're not going to have PowerPoint behind us. We are going to kind of be the PowerPoint. Go ahead, Nathan.
I was going to say, with my line, I could, throw out a couple of skills. Not, a lot, but, maybe 1 to 2 of, what they're going to learn in the program.
I don't think we need to do that yet, because that's when everyone's going to start talking. But we can add more to yours, to your slide. Okay? Or if we wanted to, maybe we could talk about just list all the units we have in our class. And then when your personal ones, you could expand on them, right? We could because we have 7 units in here. What do you think? Is that just too much talk, or do we think that'd be helpful?
I mean, it's kind of hard because I want to say it's both, but I would say that it's also helpful because it kind of gives an idea of what it offers.
And I would honestly, though, if we were going to put that in, I would probably add another speaker. What do you all think? Yeah, I want to hear from you.
I think it'll be a good idea.
What do you think, Tyler?
I'm not sure what all the units are.
Okay, John, go ahead.
I think it would be good to add that because I have a feeling that people are going to be reading their lines really fast and we're going to be done
Man, we
quicker than we thought.
work on that we're pausing, right?
Yeah, so
Final drafts, we want to make sure we have our commas and our periods in there and that you are all making sure you're pausing at those times, right? If you just write it straight out, you tend to go just straight through. And then
yeah, we're going to be done in 10 minutes.
I don't know, but that's good. I mean, like last year we took entirely too long and Dale ended up shutting us down basically.
Oh.
We were in there too long, so I already promised her it would be 20 minutes max. But same thing, we don't want it to be 10 minutes because if all these people are like taking time out of their day and they're like, really? 10 minutes? That's it? So gotta find that fine line there.
Right.
So maybe someone, so we're going to say introduce, let's see. We'll figure out where. Maybe it's after Devin's. Introduce units, subjects, units, taught. Okay.
Is the Law Rough one going to be on Zoom as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Let's see how many can actually make it.
Yeah, well, and honestly, I haven't heard back from Dale yet, but I did get on this about an hour ago to make sure I get on for all of you, so I have not checked my emails in about an hour. I just wanted to make sure I was able to be here. All right. So things that we had here, like Stefan was talking about mobility, how to clean more thoroughly, teamwork, and he's going to talk about the class he's earning, or he's going to take. And Tyler, not to bug you, but did you make that call yet?
I'm planning on doing it like right after this meeting.
Okay, good. Very good. And I showed you which phone number it was on the sheet, right?
Yeah.
You're going to feel good after. I'm telling you, she's a very kind person, right? She's going to put you at ease and she's going to let you know it's going to be all right. And you can also work with our staff when you need help studying for it, okay?
Okay.
We can help you when you do the test too. All right? Let's see, and then that's what Swan said, clad. I did like these things. I don't know if you have any of them still in there. To try my hardest, have a good work attitude, be
Oh yeah, I still have those in there.
good, be thorough and efficient, how to write professional email.
I just expanded on those. I didn't replace anything.
Okay, perfect. All right, Nathan, and you were talking about public speaking, and today you said professionalism.
Yes.
Okay. And you're debating whether you're going to keep the money stuff in. Check.
Because what I was thinking about doing was I was gonna take that out and then put in a topic that you wanted us to talk about.
Okay, well, I will want someone to talk about that. All right.
Oh,
And
the chat.
after that, with Nathan, Eleanor was talking about how to follow directions, be on time, and how to share things through Google Docs. Like I could probably say quite a bit of stuff I learned about Zoom and Google Docs, and oh my. Okay. Andrew, you had down cleaning skills and how not to interrupt others. I also thought for you, learning to be a coworker rather than trying to be the chief. That's just a thought because it's another thing you're really learning this year, right? What you need to learn is real particular because in a lot of ways you got it, but in other ways, whoo, you need some work. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just something that I thought of for you. You don't have to say it, but, and then Devin, you said professional, on time, honest.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam was talking about the professional emails as well, the journal prompts and Apex. Jonathan, we've got yours. I'm not going to ask you for more than that. If you can put that out without stopping and waiting for someone to give you word by word, I'll be super proud of you. Okay? And then Tyler, I don't know if you still had this in yours. I'm one of 3 returning. And you're talking about how to act and dress professionally, interview skills, public speaking, and then about last year.
Right.
And navigating the campus. And between that, I think I want you or Royce on navigating the campus, but then whoever is going to do it between you, you could expand on what that means, right? What's that mean, navigating the campus, right? Maybe we work in a large hospital, there's this many floors, or, you could explain a little bit about that maybe.
Okay.
All right, and then we had Jordan's talking about professional, how to communicate with coworkers, distance learning, not getting distracted, and being able to work around other people in the house, still get up on time, what it takes to be a good team player. So she has some pretty good stuff down there. And then Roy, so far, he liked the mobility because how it equaled more exercise for him, and how to social distance and Zoom. And he also said navigating the hospital and good at sorting and collating. Then other stuff I'd written was interview skills, which I think you mentioned, Tyler.
Yeah.
Okay. And uniform, DMV, somebody. And we talked, maybe that might be you too, Tyler. Do we want to put in hospital codes, or do you think that's important enough?
Maybe not enough, but it is somewhat important.
I'll put a question mark. I already have a question mark because I wasn't sure at all about that.
Not really crucial to have.
Okay.
Well, it is if you're working in the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hospital it is.
But we haven't done that yet.
Right.
And some of us haven't.
No, most of you haven't, unfortunately. And at the end, let's talk the important dates, which is, when the applications are due, when the interviews are, and we could even talk about when the program would start, which would be in summer school. Then other subjects taught, safety. I haven't heard hardly anyone on safety. And with COVID right now, safety's big, right? And your high touch points, for one thing, you need that in the hospital. Everyone needs to know about high touch cleaning points right now. And sorry, where did I leave off here? Okay, and then more on financial management, advocacy. I heard a few of you talk about that. That's awesome. And just kind of expand on how you learned these things that you're talking about. What exercises did you do? What things did we do in class? What assignments? What helped you learn that? Maybe it was just working with your team that helped you learn it. There's got to be somehow that these things you're saying you learned, you had to learn them somehow, right? So maybe a little bit more details. Yes, Nathan?
Did you give the uniform to Tyler?
I haven't given it to anyone yet.
Okay, because I was gonna say I can take that if you'd like.
Okay, so let's work on that because I want to make sure, before people were taking 3. Mm-hmm. Oh, you want to talk about it in yours? Jonathan, you copying me? You want to talk about it or you want to show it?
I can do both.
Well, we were talking about, I believe, that everyone was going to dress for interviews for this.
Okay.
But one person could dress in their uniform and tell you what it's all about. If you want, you like that one, Jonathan? You like to do the uniform one? Well, the thing that might be good. Sorry.
Yeah, I could talk about the uniform and then Jonathan could, I guess, present it.
So what I would need for that, when I see you all stand up and show me your uniform, basically I'm seeing your tummy to, halfway down your pants. So if we're going to do that one, we'd have to have a way, we'd have to practice where you could stand back far enough or put your camera at some sort of angle, because it can almost look inappropriate when you're just staring at this part of somebody, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to stare at it, but you know, I want the whole thing, and you'd want to show all the pieces. Okay, so my uniform, I wear my Project Search shirt, slacks. You wouldn't necessarily, you could talk about the shoes and not show them, but for example, you probably want to show them your watch and maybe even your belt. I don't know. But we'd have to have a way where we can get at least almost full body in there. If not, it just kind of looks a little wrong. Okay. Anybody have any comments on that? Or any final thoughts, because I could let you go.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
Whoa!
What, letting go? Going out?
No, I mean like the other part, the whole
DMV?
No. The thing we were just talking about.
Well, when I see you all, in the beginning where I was asking you more about your uniform, right? And there's some people that do that more than others. Like Eleanor just gets this close.
I know, she gets like really face close.
And you can't really show like
Where'd you go?
Exactly.
You won't find me doing that because I don't really enjoy being on camera. So
I don't blame you.
I like to keep my little space back here. Okay, anything else you want to talk about, or should we call it a weekend? Call it a week so we could get on with the weekend. Go ahead, Nathan.
So yeah, I mean, would you like me to talk about the uniform?
You could work on it and get Jonathan working on it, or maybe you talk about it and he would show it. Jonathan, what do you think? Would you want to say it or just model it?
Show it?
You rather show it and let Nathan take the words part? Yeah, then if so, you two would do some work on that together, even probably with the assistant, right? And because you'd have to kind of make it work together, right? Like Jonathan, for example, you could follow Nathan's lead when Nathan goes, okay, so we wear our Project Search shirt, and you can kind of like, show your shirt, or these are the parts of our uniform. We're supposed to wear a watch every day. You could even say if you wanted, because when you're working in the hospital, we can't have our phones on us. Right?
Right.
Jonathan sounds a little excited about that because I know you're really proud of your clothes.
He definitely does.
Gets to be a model. Wow.
There you go. Yeah, you got the well-spoken student, and then you got the model.
You got the look.
You guys are a good team.
You got the look.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
got the haircut and everything.
Yeah, Jonathan and Nathan. I just want to make sure before people are getting 3 slides, so Nathan, that everyone that wants 2 slides gets them, or whether they want them or not sometimes too.
Okay, because I am willing to let one of them go if you really need, like the whichever one's fine.
Well, not your personal one. That one wouldn't go at all. But maybe the Project Search is the program. We'll see, because we don't have our whole class here right now, right? We have a big part of it, but not all of it.
That was the one I was kind of thinking about letting go, but I also can let go of the uniform if you need me to also.
I think you two would make a good partnership out of that one, actually. But I am worried about 3 of the slides, just because I want to be a presentation for all of you, right? I want you all to get the skills.
Okay.
Okay? Anything else before we say goodbye?
What do I say to the person I call on the phone?
Just say, hi, my name is Tyler. My teacher, Sherry, recommended, but you don't even have to say that. You say, I'm just calling about this class, but she'll know who it is. If you say, my teacher, Sherry, recommended Stefan and I come join this program, what do I need to do?
Okay.
And take notes. Okay?
Okay.
If you want to call me or text me afterwards, let me know how it goes. Good.
Okay.
But don't feel like you have to. I will. If you don't call or text me today, I'll definitely ask you about it next week. All right. Well, I hope everyone has a marvelous 3 days off.
Thank you, Sherry.
Yes,
I hope
you too.
have a
Thank you, Sherry.
I hope you have a sherry weekend.
Very nice.
All right. Bye, Devin.
Bye, guys. Take
All
care,
right.
guys. Have a good
See ya,
weekend.
Hero.
Hi,
Oh,
Sherry.
and John,
What?
can you send me what we worked everything